So, this is gonna be kind of an impromptu start. It's dead. Two valves dead. I'm not sure exactly why it's dead. Yesterday I was shooting a video where I was installing lower control arm relocation brackets and finished that up. I was like, cool. Next clip is gonna be me at the track drifting today, which I'm not doing now, obviously. Yeah, I had a minute. I had a small misfire from getting some water down in the spark plug wells, like always, because two valve problems. And when I did that, I just pulled all the spark plugs, and I hadn't done it in a while, so I pulled all the spark plugs, pulled all the coil packs, cleaned them all off, got the water out of the two wells that had some water in them that was causing a misfire, put it all back together, and started the car. And the second I started the car, it started knocking like a motherfucker. I mean, like knocking to high heaven. And you can hear it here that the engine's not happy. So I went ahead and I pulled the valve cover gaskets off. Sorry, the valve cover's off, not the valve cover gaskets. The valve cover's off. And it's cleared up from there. And where's the other one? Right here. It's a little wider than that on the inside. But basically, this has been sitting out like this for 2 days now, because this is demotivating. But basically, pulled the valve cover gaskets off, hoping maybe I just, had a lifter go bad or something like that. Nope, it's not that. It's not. My first indication something was seriously wrong was I pulled the valve covers off, and if you look down here, you can kind of see it. The pools of oil, which are cleaned up now, were whitish. They were creamy white. And I thought maybe this was some condensation in the motor, hopefully. That was the first indication something was wrong. Like, seriously wrong. So I was like, oh shit. So I started it with the valve covers off. It had oil pressure. It slung oil over the fenders, on the fender here. And it slung it over, but the knocking was still happening, and I looked at it. Then it didn't sound like it was coming from the top end. None of the lifters looked like they're having any issues or anything. So the next step from there was to drop the oil pan, and that's what I did. I dropped the oil pan. Not drop the oil pan. Drop the oil into a pan and look at it. And if you look at it, this is my oil. There's a picture of it here before it had sat for a day where it was a creamy white, and I could show you by just mixing it up. That's not supposed to be like that. That's not supposed to be that creamy white. Mind you, this is a pretty fresh oil change. I think I have one event on this oil. Maybe. Look how liquidy it is. It's not thick like an oil should be. Like, it's noticeably thinner. And it's fuel. Because if we look, I'm still full to the brim with coolant. I filled the coolant at the same time as the oil. So, and it reeks of gas. It smells pungently like gas. It's definitely gas in it, so with the motor knocking like it is, pretty positive it's dead. So I am gonna clean it out, swap the filter, throw some cheap oil in it, hope for the best. But even if that fixes it, it's gonna be hurt. Current running theory is maybe a stuck injector. We're not exactly sure. But, I mean, yeah, there's not really a good way to test it. If it was coolant, I would have A, caught it earlier, and B, been able to fix it. It would have just been as simple as pulling the heads off, doing head gaskets, putting it back together in the car. But of course, it's not. So, I got a couple options here. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to go with. First things first, I do want to throw cheap oil in it and see what happens. Alright, so the car's been sitting for a little bit. with the oil drain pan under it, the oil filter and the plug taken out. I went and got a cheap filter, the cheapest oil I could get, some Lucas, and we're gonna pour it in. I put the valve covers back on, bolted them all down, at least enough. Put all the running stuff on, the vacuum lines and such. I don't think this is gonna work, but throw shit at the wall, see what sticks. Yeah, this kind of sucks. Let's rip the band-aid off. Let's pour this shit in and find out. Oil filter's in, plugs are in. So worst that could happen. Okay, my soul's already crushed here. Good old Lucas. I also have some Marvel mystery oil that I've left over from a project a long time ago. Might as well. Can't hurt. Well, it was worth a shot. Alrighty. Oh, it's even worse. Even worse. Granted, I also put a bunch of Lucas oil stabilizer in this, so it could have something to do with that. Well, I guess I'm gonna end the video here. It's a little bit of a sit rep of where we're at. I got the window to roll up and down on the door and stuff, but this is still crushed in, and yeah, now the engine's blown, the clutch was starting to go, I had some other issues, but other than that, it's a fantastic drift car. Oh yeah, the lower control arm is bent for the angle kit. Pretty sure I already showed you all that. If not, it's bent. I don't know how, it just ended up bent. And the roll cage is tweaked from the accident too, so I have to fix the roll cage. I'm very much getting to the point with this car where I'm ready to take what's worth out of it and swap it into something that's worth working on. I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago I was getting ready to install the nitrous kit that it looks like I won't ever get to use now because it's blown up. Basically, I was really demotivated, really just like, man, I don't want to fucking work on this thing because how the door is, it's like putting all this effort into something that ultimately won't be fixable, as much as I hate to say it with that quarter. And I know I haven't posted the video on that. It's gonna go up after this video, but I do in fact have a shell. Kind of hard to see out in the distance over there, but I have a shell. I got it for $100, and you'll see a video on that soon. And I'm thinking at this point, take what's worth out of this car, put it in that shell, put an engine in that shell, and drift that thing, and just because I'm going to need most of the parts off of this to make that shell functional. Bumper, headlights, you know, the whole shebang. So, yeah, kind of where I'm at with this. Playing it by ear. You know, there's only so much you can do. So, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Hopefully, I got some better news. Till then, take it easy and enjoy wrenching on your own cars.